One of the first things to remain safety conscious about when you're in the backcountry is bear safety. There's a couple things we want to keep in mind when we encounter bears, how we deal with food storage when it comes to camping, and being generally aware of the dangers of bears. Understanding trends in current bear activity is one of the most important things you can educate yourself before you head into the outdoors. We're currently in Panthertown Valley, which has had a lot of uptick in bear activity over the last couple of years. So much so that it's been designated a bear sanctuary. Knowing trends like that help us better protect ourselves and the wildlife around us. So you've encountered a bear in the backcountry. What do? The first thing you want to remember is to remain calm. Never run away from bears, and try to make yourself as big as possible. Try making loud noises or carrying a bear bell. One of the most important aspects of bear safety is food preparation and storage. You want to make sure that when you're preparing food, you're doing it 100 yards away from your campsite and 100 yards away from where you're going to be storing your food. Sometimes when you're camping at designated campsites, you'll have pre-established food storage options, like this bear-resistant food storage vault. It's important to store both our food and fragrant items like deodorant, toothpaste, bug spray, to help protect us and the wildlife that we might encounter. If you're camping at a campsite where you don't have the availability for bear-resistant food storage vaults, you can have your own forms of food storage, like this bear-resistant food canister. If you don't have access to a bear canister, you can do a bear hang using ropes to keep your food and other smellable items off the ground. As we were talking about earlier for distances for food preparation and food storage, this is a great example of how you want to measure that out. If we were camping back there in that pine forest, that's about 100 yards away from where we're going to be storing our food on this tree above us. So we've talked about bear canisters as a possible food storage option for bear safety. Next, we're going to talk about bear hangs. To set up a bear hang, you're going to need three things. You're going to need the bag that you're going to hang your food in, like this one. You're going to need a rope that you're going to hang the food with, and you're going to need 1 or 2 carabiners to help set up the system. So there's just a couple of reminders for when you're setting up your bear hang. The first is the distance for which you're gonna have the bear hang away from the tree. This tree that we have behind us is the tree we're gonna set our bear hang up on. There's a couple of distances you wanna remember. You wanna have your food 10 feet from the ground. So this bag hanging higher than 10 feet off the ground. That way a bear can't reach up and grab it. You also wanna have your food 5 feet down from the limb from which you're hanging it. So that way if a bear gets up on the limb, it can't reach down and grab your food. And then you're also gonna wanna have your food 5 feet away from the tree itself. That way a bear up on this tree can't reach for your food either. One last thing about the tree itself, make sure you're doing this on a live tree. Look for leaves, look for sturdy trees, that way you're not hanging it up and having it fall down on top of you. To get the rope over a tree branch, try using a clove hitch around a rock to provide some weight to throw over the branch. To connect the bag to the end of the rope, use a figure 8 on a bite and a locking carabiner. The internet's filled with examples on how to tie a figure 8 on a bite or a clove hitch, so if you're not familiar, there are great video examples available online. To tie off the end of the rope without the bear bag, consider using a friction wrap around a neighboring tree.